Hi students, welcome to Alphos e-learning chemistry classes for second year. The running chapter is electrochemistry and now we are in session number 19. In previous sessions we have covered what is a electrochemical cell and what are the components, that is what are the parts that present in constructing the electrochemical cell, like anode, cathode, salt bridge and their functions, and then how to write the cell reaction and how to represent a cell when it is constructed by using two different electrodes. All these we covered in previous sessions, and in this session we are again discussing on the individual electrodes, that is anode and cathode, which are separately present in the electrochemical cell. Already we know they are also known as half cells, or each one is considered as a single electrode. And now in our today's session we are going to discuss about how to construct a single electrode and how many types there are, and in solving the numericals related to electrode potentials or EMF of the cells, how we can understand the single electrodes. All these details I am going to convey in this session. So it is of somewhat very important, this session and next coming session, where we are going to imagine the production of the potential from these electrodes. All these, that's why you have to follow sincerely. And now let me discuss single electrodes. Single electrode. A single electrode may be made from metal or non-metal. In case of metal, the metal rod dipped in its own salt solution, or in case of gas, it is not at all possible to prepare any rod from gas. That's why the gaseous non-metal made in contact with its anionic salt solution acts as a single electrode. Again I am repeating, a metal rod dipped in its own salt solution. Let me write one single electrode here. It is a metal. For example, imagine either zinc or copper, silver, whatever you may be. You can imagine the metal rod dipped in its own salt solution. Whatever the metal we are taking, M, its own salt solution means automatically the metal will be in cationic form, because metal never form the anionic part. That's why we have to imagine that when it is metal, that metal salt solution means in that solution the metal is present in cationic form. So a metal dipped in its own salt solution, or in case if it is non-metal, the gaseous non-metal is made in contact with its anionic salt solution. That indicates that the non-metals, mostly except hydrogen, all the remaining non-metals, they always tend to participate in anionic part of the salt. That's why we are considering, in case of metal, its salt solution, metal is in cationic form. In case of non-metal, in its salt solution, it is present in anionic part. So whatever it may be, now a metal rod dipped in its salt solution, or a non-metal, gaseous non-metal is made in contact with its anionic salt solution, can act as a single electrodes. Clear? And now there are so many single electrodes, there are so many possible single electrodes, but of them 4 are important. We can classify, or we can categorize them into 4. These 4 are important, and not only in constructing the electrochemical cell, for our competitive exam syllabus purpose also these are important. These 4 are important. And now let me give these. 1, it is metal ion electrode. Metal ion electrode. And second one is metal insoluble salt. Insoluble, or otherwise you can consider it as sparingly soluble. Metal insoluble salt electrode. And third one, it is gas ion electrode. And next, fourth one, it is oxidation reduction or simply redox electrode. These are the four important electrodes, single electrodes they are, and these can be used, metal ion electrode, and all these individual electrodes can be used in the construction of electrochemical cell. And in such a construction, any one of these can be used as an anode or cathode. It is nothing but the anodic or cathodic behavior is a relative property depending on the two electrodes which we selected to construct the electrochemical cell. Relatively, one will behave as anode, one will behave as cathode. Clear? And now, how to construct these? What is metal ion electrode? Let me explain one by one all these and their characteristic features with reference to this diagram. Clear? Metal ion, just this is the metal M, and by releasing the electrons, N electrons, it is converting into M plus N. This is the cation of the metal. Now what we are considering metal ion electrode is this metal rod, when it is immersed or dipped in its salt solution. Salt solution means in that salt solution this ion will present, that is the cation of that metal will present. So now simply we can represent this as copper in copper sulfate, where copper sulfate solution has Cu plus 2 ions, and zinc in zinc sulfate, where zinc Zn plus 2 ions present. Similarly, silver in silver chloride or silver nitrate. Like that, different metals with their salt solution where cation exists of that metal exists. This will construct the metal ion electrode. Here in this electrode, the representations, you remember, not only for metal ion, in all these single electrodes, the reactions in general, usual reactions are reduction reactions. That means it is always electronation reactions we have to represent. Clear? In general we are representing with that one, electronation reactions. And now when we are considering the second one, that is metal insoluble salt electrode. Simply here let me consider one example. Any metal is taken, this is the metal rod, and now this metal rod is covered, it is covered with its sparingly soluble salt. Say for example silver, it is covered with AgCl. As you know, AgCl is sparingly soluble salt. So and silver is also present in that one. So the type of metal rod when covered with that metal sparingly soluble salt that is in contact with a solution that possesses a common ion. Say for example it is AgCl cover and the rod is silver and the solution is KCl. It need not be AgCl, unlike that of the previous case. In previous case what we are considering, metal common ion, that is nothing but metal in its salt solution, that salt solution possesses this metal in cationic form. But here it need not be like that. When metal rod covered with sparingly soluble salt, that solution should possess common ion feature with the anionic part of sparingly soluble salt. That's why it is. Now let us write these examples. AgCl, that is silver chloride in contact with chloride ion. Or otherwise, one more example for this type of metal insoluble salt is mercury, mercuric sulfate, and it is in contact with sulfate ion electrolyte. Metal rod covered with sparingly soluble salt of the metal in contact with a common ion electrolyte behave as metal insoluble salt electrode. Clear? And now coming to gaseous ion electrode, it is a different one, because in the previous two cases what we are observing is the metal is present, and when metal is present, automatically that metal can be used to prepare the rod, because metals are having the ductility nature, but gases are not having such type of ductility nature. Then how to prepare the gas electrode? Simply, just you remember, in this type of gas electrodes, a neutral metal, the best example for neutral metal is gold or platinum. This type of metal rods are taken, and at this metal rod a glass hood will be arranged, and in this glass hood the required gas will present, and it is made in contact with the solution. Say for example, if we are considering gas chlorine for example, and this gas is made in contact with the solution or electrolyte, in which this gas is irreversible with the ions that exist in the solution. For example, chlorine gas is taken. Reversibility is nothing but when it is of having a common ion effect, a reversible reaction will happen. That's why simply we can say that gas and its anionic part, liquid solution, is electrolyte. Clear? So when this, by using or by taking an inert metal rod, with this one at the bottom a glass hood will be arranged. In that glass hood the gases are filled, and that glass hood is now dipped in an electrolyte which is having an ion with which the gas will be in reversible condition. Simply we can say that it is nothing but the common ion both in gas and electrolyte. Clear? Here the best example, chlorine is in like this. Platinum, we know how to represent this. Platinum, with the help of platinum inert electrode, chloride ion is present, chloride aqueous. Or we can consider hydrogen also, but the story is different. In hydrogen, instead of anionic part, that hydrogen is existing in cationic part. That means only among the gases the hydrogen is behaving differently from the remaining non-metal gases. Only hydrogen, even though it is non-metal, it behaves like metal by exhibiting cationic part, that is nothing but by exhibiting positive charge in its solution. Clear? So anyhow, this type of arrangement will behave like gas ion electrode. And you remember here, when it is made in contact with the ionic solution, the gas is continuously bubbled through this solution. The gas should continuously bubble through that one. And one more important feature is this inert electrode. It is not at all, it never participates in any electrode reaction. Just it helps, it facilitates the contact to generate the EMF, or it facilitate an electrical contact with the liquid solution. That's all. It never participate in electrode reactions. Clear? And next one is oxidation reduction or redox electrode. Redox electrode or oxidation reduction electrode. Here the electrode is nothing but, again here also the construction is by using an inert metal rod like gold or platinum. But unlike that of glass hood, we need not maintain any glass hood, but the metal rod is inert and it is in contact with an electrolyte solution in which a metal or any substance, you can consider not only metal, any substance is in different oxidation state. That means the electrolyte is having not only one oxidation state of the substance, it is having ions with different oxidation states. In that electrolyte, when this metal rod, that is inert metal rod, is dipped, from that we can expect the generation or the development of the potential. So that EMF is only because of the presence of ions of a substance in different oxidation states. For example, let me give one example. When this platinum is in contact with a ferric and ferrous ion solution, both these two when present in the same, it is nothing but platinum dipped in its ferrous and ferric ion solution is nothing but one oxidation reduction or redox electrode. And one more example for this, when this platinum or gold is used for stannic and stannous ion present in the electrolyte solution. Simply you can remember oxidation reduction, it requires presence of the same substance. Not only with this one, you can also use Cr2O7-2 and Cr+3 or MnO4- and Mn+2, like that different oxidation states of the substances should exist in that electrolyte. Then we can expect the generation of current by dipping an inert metal like gold or platinum in that electrolyte solution. Such type of electrode that is constructed by using this is known as oxidation reduction or redox electrode. Are you clear with all this? Again, I am in a simple way, I am repeating. Metal ion electrode. A metal rod is dipped or immersed in its own salt solution, can behave as like this. And now metal insoluble salt. Here metal rod, but that metal rod, unlike that of this, is covered with a sparingly soluble salt of the same metal, and it is in contact with an electrolyte which is having a common ion with the salt, sparingly soluble salt. Clear? And now gas ion electrode. In gas ion electrode, gas is not it is not at all possible to make any rod from the gas. So that's why here we are using inert metals like gold or platinum, and by using these we are making a glass hood at the bottom of the electrode or metal rod, and in this glass hood we are maintaining the gas for which we tend to construct the electrode, and that is dipped in the solution where common ion of that gas is existing in the electrolyte, and in that one the gas is continuously pumped or bubbled through the electrolyte solution. And next, coming to this, here also oxidation reduction or redox electrode. Here also we are using inert metal rods, gold or platinum, and that metal rods are dipped in a solution or an electrolyte in which different oxidation state ions of the substance are present. And from this construction also, from this scenario also, we can expect the generation of the current. These are the four important types of single electrodes. And now altogether, when we are using the chemical natures, how they are constructed, all these, but in case of calculation related to electrode potentials or thereby electrochemical cell EMF calculations, all these we have to use these electrodes in a simplistic manner. That is nothing but whether the single electrode is any one of these four types or some other type, because we discussed only the four important, and they may provide some other also. But all these electrodes are supposed to behave either as anode. The same electrode sometimes may behave as cathode. And you remember, every metal, non-metal electrode or whatever it may be, the electrode constructed are having a chance to behave either as anode or cathode. The chance is depending on the nature of the other electrode which is used for the construction of the electrochemical cell. Clear? And that means here anode is, as we know, it is oxidation half electrode, and cathode, it is reduction half electrode. And you remember, for the calculation of electrode potentials and thereby for EMF of the cell, we have to understand all these different single electrodes, how we have to write the equation when it is behaving like oxidation half electrode, or how to write the same equation when it is behaving like cathode. And if we are having thorough idea on this or strong grip on this, automatically you can easily solve the numericals related to the calculations. Clear? And now let us go for this. Here, depending on the behavior, to understand this behavior, we are again classifying the electrodes into three types. Here only three types. One is metal electrodes, metal electrode, and the second one is non-metal electrode, non-metal electrode. And third one, actually these two kinds sufficient, but why we are framing the third one to understand the subject is, it is a different one, that is nothing but hydrogen electrode. Why hydrogen electrode is separately mentioned? Actually hydrogen is a non-metal, but it is behaving differently. Its behavior is similar to that of metal. That's why we are making it for easy understanding. Clear? And now let us consider this metal. This metal electrode may sometimes behave as oxidation half electrode. And in oxidation half electrode, what is its behavior? How it reacts? What is the representation? Just let us consider it is metal M. Oxidation half electrode is nothing but where we expect oxidation of the metal. Oxidation is nothing but de-electronation. So metal by releasing n electrons converted to Mn plus aqueous. This is, we have to write the equation when metal electrode is behaving as OHE. In case sometimes if it behaves like RHE, then we have to write a reverse reaction, that is nothing but Mn plus by taking n electrons is converting to metal. This is when it behaves like RHE, that is nothing but cathode. And similarly, in case of non-metals, for non-metal consideration, in general we are, other than hydrogen, we can represent with the letter X. And here now let us consider non-metal as OHE. Non-metal as OHE. OHE is oxidation. In case of metals, metal atom is releasing electron. It never, and in case of metal, the reduction involves metal ion is taking the electrons. But in non-metals, ions are not taking the electrons. Instead of that, here what is happening is X minus, by releasing that electron, converts to X2. It is gas and it is aqueous solution. Here also de-electronation like this, and thereby it is oxidation. This will happen when a non-metal X electrode is behaving like oxidation half electrode. And now in case if the same non-metal electrode behaves as reduction half electrode, then that half X2 by taking electron will convert into X minus aqueous. Now you can observe the difference among these. In case of metal, as anode, that is oxidation half electrode, metal is reactant, ion is product. Whereas in case of non-metal, the same nature, that is oxidation half electrode behavior, ion is reactant and the neutral atom or molecule is the product. Reverse. Why? Because I am explaining this is, in coming days when we are solving the questions, we have to consider where the ionic form is existing, whether the ionic form is existing in the product side or in reactant side. Then only you can easily solve the questions. That's why I am asking you to remember. In a similar manner regarding the RHE behavior also, here when it is reduction half electrode, metal ion is converting to neutral metal, and whereas unlike that, this in case of non-metals, neutral molecule or atom is converting into ions. Again here also, in metals ions are the reactants, neutral is product, and whereas in non-metals neutral molecules are reactants, ions are the products. Clear? And now coming to this hydrogen, I think you can understand this hydrogen. This hydrogen is behaving like metal. That's why it is separately considered. Even though hydrogen is non-metal, its behavior is like this: hydrogen electrode as OHE, oxidation half electrode. What should happen at oxidation? That oxidation means de-electronation should happen. Here, unlike that of these non-metals where the anionic part is releasing the electron, here similar to that of metals, this hydrogen is by releasing electron converts into H plus as OHE, and as RHE what is happening is this H plus by taking electron converts into H2 gas. It is similar to neutral is reactant and ionic form is product, unlike that of the non-metal. That's why it is taken as the separate third electrode. You should remember all these. When a metal electrode is behaving like OHE or HE, reaction reverse, and when we are using this metal electrode, depending on its behavior which is relative to the other electrode which is used for the electrochemical cell, we have to imagine the electrode reaction, and thereby you can easily substitute the concentrations. For that purpose, different types, actually depending on the construction, there are 4 types, just what we discussed before this discussion. Clear? And now for calculation purpose, all those whatever the metal it is given, say for example here let me give one example, zinc as OHE. What happens to zinc? Zinc by releasing 2 electrons converts to Zn plus 2, and the same zinc when used in an electrochemical cell as RHE, that Zn plus 2 is taking electron to form zinc, reverse. So for any metal it can be used. For hydrogen is separate. For non-metal, mostly for non-metal gases, only one gas we are using in our syllabus, that is nothing but chlorine. So you should have thorough idea on this. In the coming session, after constructing this half electrode, that is single electrode, when it is nothing but what we are considering is the metal rod or metal rod, supporting metal rod, when deeper in its salt solution, it acts as a single electrode. We are considering like that. And when it is behaving like a single electrode, when that metal rod is deep in its salt solution, how much potential is developed? That potential is nothing but electrode potential. And how much potential is developed, how to measure, and what types of electrode potentials we can consider in calculations, and how to measure them, all these will be discussed in the next session. Okay, clear?